peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul.
He's going to have fits with this sound system today. We got fits getting it working this morning. They say spirit can affect electronic devices, so it's going to be going on today. We're not responsible for feedbacks or mess ups. I'd like to welcome everybody to the People's Church of Divine Prophecy this Sunday. Thank you all for coming here today. Wonderful to see so many smiling faces here today. I'd like to ask you to silence your cell phones unless you're medical or law enforcement personnel. And I'd like to ask Lewis to do the lighting of the candles for body, mind, and spirit. He called it. Mine was the hardest one to work. For those that are new here, the restrooms are down the hall, quick right, quick left. There is coffee and water and donuts in the back. Help yourself at any time during service to any of the above. Please stand for the invocation or remain standing for the first hymn. Take an attitude of prayer. Dear Father God, we give thanks for this wonderful day. Beautiful people and souls to share this time with, and the life given to us by the creative force from your love. May we be able to share this, show it, and live it. Amen.
Amen. Nice crowd.
The next item is a reading by the pastor or co-pastor. Some of the thoughts that came across my mind this week had to do with recognizing spirit manifestation in your life. The simplest thing was last night me and my wife were out to dinner, and there was a side dish where they gave you different types of pasta with it. And I told the guy one kind of pasta, but was thinking another kind of pasta. And as soon as he walked out, I said, darn, I wished I'd have told him the other kind of pasta. Well, guess what they brought out? The other kind of pasta. So, just small things like that happen, because I didn't even mention the other kind of pasta to him. And here it comes. And I told him, I said, you must be a mind reader. But just little things like that. Spirit's involved, God's involved in every breath we take, every moment of our lives. It's not some being that we beseech when we're in difficult times. It's every breath we breathe is a renewal of life, a renewal of God's promise of life. Each breath we take, every action we take has God's plan within it if we take time to look at it. And those that we don't understand, sometimes we just have to wait until we're in the hereafter, because God's plan in totality is only known to God. So there are just some things that we have to just have trust in, that it's part of God's plan. Some of the things that cause me not to be connected to that spirit manifestation or the awareness of it in my life are frustrations, fear of things, and tragic things that occur in my life. Most of the time, the tragic things that occur, when I look back, have occurred to other people in my life, not me. And even though I have a compassion towards them and a love for them, the tragedy is occurring to them, not to me. And I can be more effective if I stand back from the tragedy and act in a supporting role rather than a hand-holding, crying, hand-wringing role. Be the strength, be the support. The Amish used to have these little books they called angel books, and there are a lot of them in museums now. And they used to carry these little books around with them, and every time they felt an angel inspired them or took an action in their life, they wrote it down. And what that does is that puts your mind on looking for those things. If you put your mind on looking for them, you'll see them. What's in your mind is what is. And both actions are running side by side. Your own mind and God's mind is running side by side with your life. Every action, every breath. And it's up to us which we choose to tune into. And again, some situations are very tragic. You all know my son's house burned down last July, and that was a very tragic occurrence. Other people have shared a number of things that have happened in their lives. Friends of mine have passed away. Other people know people that have passed away under dire circumstances. And you just have to sit back and wonder, at all of this discord around the world and all of these problems that you see around the world. But all you can deal with is what's right in front of you. Try to see God manifesting in your life, in your thoughts. And when you do recognize it, take a moment to say a thank you. And that'll keep putting you, it doesn't make them act more in your life. It just makes you more aware of when it happens in your life, recognizing and acknowledging it. So just take time. I know our lives are busy, our lives are very consuming sometimes with the responsibilities of day-to-day actions. But you have to take time for God. You have to open your mind up. And if you don't see God in a situation, you have to still open your mind to the possibility of what if God is here. Just leave that possibility open. Leave that ability for God to work in your life at some point with this situation. Thank you. Service is comprised of 3 parts: the healing portion, the inspiration lecture, and the demonstration of spiritual gifts. The next portion is the healing portion. I'd ask Judy to take her place by the chair. As the meditation goes on, you'll hear a chime like this. That means that the chairs become vacant and you can enjoy the meditation and still know when a chair is open for healing. We'll join together in reading the prayer for spiritual healing on the back and ask him to lead us in the guided meditation. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Get into a comfortable position where there is no tension on your physical body. You should feel the energy is very angelic today. I feel there is a flow of energy from the angelic realms. So just relax yourself. You are able to experience the higher dimensions. Take a few deep breaths through your nose. Inhale and exhale. Do it a few more times without pressuring yourself to breathe. Just allow it to happen naturally. Inhale. Let go of all the thoughts. Let your mind be quiet. Just focus on your breath. hear your breath. Just indulge in your breath. Nothing but your breath. While you are breathing, feel yourself going within. Find that peaceful presence that is within. It feels very calm, quiet, and soothing. Just connect with this peaceful presence and become one. Breathe in and breathe out. Just be in this peaceful state of your consciousness. Now slowly start shifting your awareness while you are breathing gently. Shift your awareness to your forehead and become aware of your third eye in the center of your forehead. Envision brilliant golden light entering through your forehead in a form of golden energy. And see your entire body being ignited with this golden light and the golden energy. See this golden energy expanding outside your body, creating beautiful circle of golden light. See yourself standing in this beautiful golden light, and you are breathing peacefully. Feel your light body start to drift higher. Feel your spirit body being shifted higher. While you are looking through your third eye, envision your light body taking the flight out and up to the universe, to the higher dimensions of light. Feel yourself flying higher and ascending higher to the higher dimensions of the universe that is lighter and brighter. See yourself soaring through these multi-dimensions, navigating through the galaxies and the other dimensions of light. experience. This is your infinite self that is experiencing infinity. There are no limitations, no boundaries. Your spirit is free. See yourself landing onto the angelic kingdom. You are in the angelic realm, and you notice hosts of angels that are greeting you and welcoming you as you look around. You admire the beauty, the light, the colors, the beings of this celestial realms. Now you're going to see 7 of those angels are approaching you and creating a beautiful circle around you. Each one of these angels have a special gift to give it to you. The first angel steps forward and approaches you and gives you the gift of courage. With red energy to your root chakra. The second angel approaches you with the gift of joy. With orange energy to your spleen chakra. The third angel comes forward with the gift of power, the yellow energy to your solar plexus chakra. The fourth energy, the angel of love, comes to you with the gift of love and green energy to your heart chakra. Comes forward with the gift of knowledge and the blue ray to your throat chakra. The sixth angel presents to you the gift of vision, creativity, with turquoise, indigo blue energy. And the seventh angel comes forward with the gift of wisdom, color purple, violet, to your crown chakra. See your light body with all these chakras that are vibrating with beautiful colors, that are balanced and in harmony. Feel yourself rejuvenated. Refreshed. You feel the love in your heart. You feel the joy. You feel empowered. You have the courage. Speak your wisdom and your knowledge through your vision and creativity. You feel the oneness and the wholeness as you start remembering you once existed in this dimension as one of the angels. You start remembering and recollecting your divine blueprint, your divine qualities. True sensation of happiness and completion. Just remember your origin is a spirit. Your origin is light. You are a free spirit, and you are part of the holy design. As you start getting ready to come back, thank your angels for their love and their support. And know that you can always come back to this dimension and receive guidance and healing anytime you choose. Start slowly coming back and finding your way back down through the same path that you went up. Start flying through the universe, passing through all the dimensions. Start gently coming down to the Earth's atmosphere. The room where you're sitting. Come back to your physical body and engage with your physical senses. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and be here. Thank you.
Close this portion with an inspirational reading. Never yield to the weariness of the spirit. At times the world cares and distractions will intrude and the spirit will become weak. At times like this, carry on and soon the spirit will become strong again. God's spirit is always with you to replenish, renew. None ever sincerely sought God's help in vain. Physical weariness and exhaustion make a time of rest and communion with God more necessary. When you are overcome by temporary conditions which you cannot control, keep quiet and wait for the power of the Spirit to flow back. The next portion of the service is the inspirational lecture. Today we have Reverend Constance Johnson, an ordained minister of the Alliance of Divine Love, giving the lecture today. Constance studies in metaphysics include angels, counseling, crystals, past life regression, and Reiki. Constance is also the artist and author of Treasures from Heaven, a daily devoted book with 53 angel portraits. Also designed a deck of oracle cards based on the Egyptian Hieroglyphs, called the Egypt cards. So today we're going to have Constance share all of this experience and her hope with us. Please welcome Reverend Constance Johnson.
Make sure I turn it on here. Hello? Hello. Okay, I'm online. Well, I'm so glad to be here at the meeting of EAA, Earth Angels Anonymous. It was a very wonderful welcome, Ashton. I really very much appreciated that meditation. It's great. And also learning about the Amish having an angel book. What a neat idea. They never told me about that. Basically, I was raised in Chicago in the middle of the country, in the middle of the century, in a very Protestant family. And angels were on Christmas cards. They weren't, they were pretty and they weren't real. And I went to a metaphysical seminar that lasted 6 days, very intensive, and during that time I met my angel. That was 27 years ago. And after meeting my angel, I also met my earth angel, which is Lewis, sitting over here, my husband. And he and I work together as a team. I channel and he talks to them. You see, I don't get to talk to them. I feel more like a modem or a microphone or something. So he has a bit more knowledge than I do because he talks to them. I talk to them internally, and of course I do out-of-body things and all of that. But we have 23 years of knowledge, and I'm going to try and give you a little thimble of what they taught me over all those years. The very first thing that I learned from my angel is there's not just one. I know that's not earth-shaking. The thing is, to have one when you didn't know there was one was kind of interesting. And I got a big one. I got one named Michael. And I had to find out who he was. And he's this big dude, and I'm like, why are you interested in me? And I was very blessed to meet a lady in Casadega named Shirley, who was a channel also of Michael. And what she does is she lies down and goes to sleep, and this voice will come up out of her. So I had a chance, the conscious me, to ask him, why me? And he just said, very cryptically, we have worked together before. Okay. So that means I have a lot of work to do. So I went from learning there's not just one, because he brought all of his friends from time to time, that all of them are connected to God directly, and to each other, and to you. Let's go through that again. They're connected to God directly. It never stops. We can tune God out with our emotions, the stuff that Reverend Steve was talking about that makes your path more difficult. Those are mostly emotions, and our emotions can clog us to the point where we don't feel connected to anybody, not even ourselves. So they are always connected to God and to each other. There is no stranger in the angel realm. And you. Now, Ashton took us up there and showed us that we are there. Part of us is there and stays there all the time. Even though we have a physical life here, we are there at the same time. And learning that is a very freeing thing. And it's also, it's giving me tingles right now to talk about it, because that's a big responsibility. Now you are aware of the power that you have flowing through you in your life. When you go to the grocery store, don't be named the bag boy because you dropped your bread. Be nice, you know, because there's a big responsibility there. Because they are connected, they just don't know it, many of them. He taught me about the creation of angels. One night, Lewis asks Michael and says, "What was it like before we were here?" Now, when you ask an angel a question, that gives them leeway to come up with an answer. So Angel Michael took us all the way back to the very beginning. We went to the creation, we saw the Big Bang. It's not the Big Bang, the scientists' Big Bang of matter. It was a Big Bang of spirit first. Spirit was created first. Then matter slowly coalesced and became things. So the angels were one of the first part of creation. They were created before time, in spirit, made of spirit. They're made of light. They remain with God all the time. Even though they can manifest here, they still are really there. They're just making an appearance here because they can multi-locate their spirit. They're in constant contact with God all the time. They know what God's will is. I wish I knew what God's will was, or my own sometimes, but they always do. That's the difference in us humans and angels. And they are God-directed beings. He has kept using that term with us. Angels are God-directed. Everything they do is towards God's will, what God wants to happen. The creation, I look at it like a big lotus blossom that is opening. And in the opening of it, all the beauty and everything comes out, and that's God's will. And we're down here doing things like having car accidents and paying bills and things like having children and running after them. So it's hard to keep the focus on the lotus. Mankind, Michael told me that we were created in time. Now we're talking about the physical part of us, not the spirit part. In time, in physical, of dense matter. Our bodies are things, and we're full of atoms and molecules which are continuously moving. The scientists show us we look like we're made out of Milky Way, in a sense. We have little universes in our body, which is part of the whole creation. Everything is one pattern. So our body is part of that, but it sure doesn't look like it. It looks like that's an arm, and it's solid. Well, solid. So we're created of dense matter to be physical. Even though we are a spirit and created by God and connected to God, we forget because we have a little gift that He gave us. He did not give the angels, and that is free will. Free will gives us a choice. We can choose to focus on ourselves, or on a movie star, or on our motorcycle, or a job, or God. We have choices. Therefore, we are self-directed beings. Michael keeps saying that over and over again. Angels are God-directed. You are self-directed. And what's all the point of that? Because we get ourselves in trouble. The purpose of angels, when God created angels, the angels were there to serve God. They are His outward manifestation in this beautiful lotus blossom of the creation. They assist Him in everything that they do. And they act as God's agents. They are like a pinpoint. God is like a huge cloud, and they are a pinpoint where they can attend to a detail. They are God in action in a specific place. Humans, we were put here, and it's right in the Bible, to exist in physical as caretakers and stewards of the earth. Caretakers and stewards. It's right in there. All the other holy literature says the same thing. The environmentalists are right. This is our place, and we are to take care of it. He put us here because we have a choice. We can do things. We can make decisions, and we are still part of God's free will because God can use us whether we are conscious of Him or not. You see it all the time. God can use an idiot to create great things. So we are still part of the creation. We're still working for God, but isn't it nice to choose to be God's agent? When you make a choice and you're working consciously with God, your opportunities increase beyond what you could possibly imagine. You have people come to you, situations that happen, everything. It's just amazing what happens when you decide to work with God. And I'll tell you, from my own experience, there is no going back. Everybody gets mad and frustrated because God doesn't work as fast as we'd like Him to sometimes. And we want to go on strike. There's no going back. It's like trying to get into, when you were a little kid, last year's shoes. They don't fit anymore. So once you've decided to work for God, it's kind of, you're going to. Challenges for angels. Angels don't understand us because they don't understand the restraints of being physical. They can just think about someplace and be there. I wish we could do that, you know. Especially rush hour. Wouldn't it be nice to just think about it and be home without having to go on I-4 and all that horrible traffic? So they don't understand us, why we get so mad being stuck in traffic. They don't understand emotional trauma. When we have loved ones that pass away and they see us just wringing our hands and tears flowing because we were so, you know, just overwrought that our loved one has passed away. And the angel's there, what's wrong? He's standing right next to you. Why can't you see this? So they don't understand that very well either, although I keep trying to explain it to them, and I'm sure you do too. And since they are not physical, they're not able to make themselves known to people that are what we call sleepers. They're asleep, they're not aware of their capabilities and who they really are. So it's hard for them to contact humans, the regular humans. They're asleep. Challenges for us humans. Michael told me this one, this is pretty. Human beings are temporary as well as temporal. In other words, the body's temporary, it doesn't last forever, and we're subject to time. Time is a dimension. And anybody who has put in their years on their clock knows that things change, whether you want them to or not. That is the one constant, is change, which is an oxymoron. How can you have change when it should be the same, but it's always constant, is time. Angels are not subject to time. They're before time, they're outside of time. They dip in, but they're not subject to it. They are, once they come here to do something, because we are subject to time. And for them to meet us at the exact right moment when you're going to be open to them. Am I rubbing something? Okay. So, also, we are subject to accidents and making bad choices. How many people have made a bad choice they regret? You can't undo it. It's like being on the internet. Once you punch send, it's gone. You can't take it back. And we're subject to emotional blinders. The angels, they probably do have a sense of feelings, but they're not like our emotions. They don't get overpowered by them. That's why they don't understand us. Yet, well, musicians like Ronnie here and artists, they always seem to have a greater connection to the higher powers because of their great ability to express those feelings in artistic ways. Now I'd like to share with you a little bit about contacting your angels and how I have seen people do this. There's many different ways, and right now, if you want to talk about this afterwards, because I don't want to go on for too long, there seems to be a speed up in what's going on in the opening of spiritual gifts, and people that already have these gifts are very much affected by them. And the way that you used to do things all the time, you would meditate, you had your standard meditation things, you know, 1, 2, 3, and you're in. It's not working like it used to. So we have other means that are being given to us. We're to expand our vocabulary of spiritual language is what we're to do. So, ways of contacting angels. The first one Michael had me put on this list, Ashkin, is meditation. So thank you for that. And you can do that on your own as well. You get Ashkin to make you a recording, and you can read it out of a book. You can do it on your own. Also, as you are asleep, lucid dreaming, which is the tool of the shaman. And it is something the scientists have proven is really there. And you can do amazing things if you can do the lucid dreaming. Also, I mentioned musicians and artists. During your creative activities, it's like you're hardwired into something that's not here. Michelangelo, look at what Michelangelo did. Just amazing work. That's connecting in. And this is a very difficult one for me, trusting. Just know that your angel is there and is present. If you don't sense or feel your angel in any way, just start talking to them. You know, not with other people present because they'll think you're nuts. But do. Have a conversation. Start a conversation with your angel. And of course, never forget prayer. Ask God to give you an angel that you can connect with. Once you make a contact, you set up communications. If they don't give you a name, make up a nickname for him until they give you a name. A name is a vibration. It's like a phone number. Say, Gabriel, I need you. You will feel Gabriel's vibration. It will give you a recognition symbol also. Have a color. Ashkin's meditation was wonderful because it had colors in there. I know an angel that goes with each one of those colors, and they come to me regularly, and I ask for them when I do my own meditations for whatever purposes that I'm doing meditation. So find the color of your angel so that you can, if you want your angel around you, wear that color. This turquoise color, this is the color Zadkiel. He's the angel of forgiveness. I need to learn forgiveness, so I'm wearing more turquoise these days. It's an energy vibration, and you're pulling them to you, and they're there to help you. They can also give you symbols, like an animal. The native peoples of this planet have many animals and the symbols that they represent. There are angels that go with those animals. A flower or an object of some sort. My friend Raphael likes frogs. So you want Raphael's healing energy around you. You go out in the backyard, and if you're lucky, if you see a frog, you know he's present. Also, a scent or a perfume. Some of the angels have a scent. They've been running again on TV lately. The angel, the movie Michael with John Travolta, and they said cinnamon is, or the scent of baking goods, cinnamon in particular. Michael told me that 20 years ago, before that movie was ever made. That was interesting that Hollywood picked up on what Michael told to me. Also, to talk to your angel, you don't have to speak out loud. You can use mind, your ESP. You can send them mind pictures if you're good at visualizing, or if you're an artist, draw. Draw a picture of what you'd like to do, and make your own hieroglyphics. A picture says a lot more than words. And finally, when you are asking an angel to help you with something, let them know what your intention is. Your intention is going to direct what happens next. And Wayne Dyer has a lot of material on the power of intention. And this is a very, very important thing. All the native peoples know this about your intention. So if you know what your intention is, make it clear and send the pictures up. The angel will give you extra energy, extra insight, things that you can't imagine. Just be open to what you get back. Always do these. Thank your angel for everything that they help you with. Specific things and just in general. Just saying, oh, I love you. That's nice, but thank you so much for getting me to the gas station in time. We were almost about to run out of fuel. We have a diesel. Those are not easy to start once they run out of fuel. And it was already shaking and vibrating, and there was another gas station, very expensive on the corner. Lewis goes, there's one, does it have diesel? We went in there. We got enough to make it to Wawa, which is cheaper. So after we get to Wawa, I hop out of the car, and there is a feather right there by the car. I thought, well, I picked it up. I thought it looked like a blue jay feather. It was not. It's a parrot feather. What is a parrot feather doing in downtown Orlando at a Wawa gas station? And it was turquoise, by the way. So the angel of forgiveness is going, I forgive you for running your car too long on fumes. So you can interact. And they joke, too. They have a wonderful sense of humor. Be honest with them in all of your thoughts, because you will find more out about yourself as you prepare to talk with your angel. If you want to let them know what your intentions are, clarify it. What really are your intentions? A lot of times it's foggy. Well, you want this result, but how are you going to get from A to B? What is your real intention? And as you learn your intention, it becomes clear, and the angel says, you're doing fine, you don't need my help. You're doing well. And always remember when you ask them something to pause and wait. Listen. That for me is very hard. As you can see, I'm a talkative person. But pause and listen and allow them to connect with you in some way, which they will by thoughts, by feelings. Sometimes I can even feel a tangible touch. When Michael wants to talk to me, I made up a signal for him. He pinches my left ear. And if my left ear starts hurting, I go, oop, it's time for me to go and meditate, because I got to figure out what it is that he needs to tell me. And sometimes he really grabs it. But you can set up something like that, a signal like a little twitch in your little ring finger, for example, something like that. And they will use that to let you know, I need to talk to you. You need to get out of what you're doing and take a moment just in meditation, and I have something to tell you. Because I call that astral telephone. Remember, God created us both, angels and humans, to work together. We are a spiritual family. We are best friends. And as we grow, we learn from each other. I would like to finish my talk with another poem from my friend Gabriel. It's called The Gift. The gift opens the heart in a way the mind does not understand. Hands working in joy to build a gift that is planned to make someone smile and know that he is loved by the simple thing that you give with a smile. How fanciful the dreams when one wants to make a gift that will lighten up the life and bring about a shift from darkness to the light, from being glum to gladness, out of looking hollow in the eyes to a smile. That both are happy is assured by one who gave us all. That we can love and give it back is the most precious gift of all. We share with God, who is but love, the essence that we are. In his image high above, he gives his love to all. Thank you.